man. Welcome back to another live. Really appreciate everyone who does pop in today. You know what I mean? And if you guys are already watching it, man, really appreciate you guys. We got a whole lot of news to talk about, guys. Whole lot of shit going on, man. It does not stop, as we know. NFL world never slows down, bro. This shit just keeps going like a train downhill. You know what I mean? But guys, there's a whole lot of shit to talk about, man. You know what I mean? Depth chart, final 53. You know what I mean? Guys were picking up. Guys were letting go. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of riffraff going on right now, man. We're gonna just come in here and talk about this real quick. You know what I mean? Before the regular season gets kicked off, man, we have been like on a roller coaster, bro. It has been insane. But I do appreciate everyone who does come in today, man. Really appreciate you guys coming in here, rocking with me, showing love. Um, like I said, guys, we do got a giveaway coming out at 500 subs too as well. A little more than halfway there, so I really appreciate everyone who does come in here, show their love, drop the sub. Really appreciate it, man. But yeah, guys, so we got a whole lot to talk about, man. Obviously, you know what I mean, grabbing Amari Cooper, uh, the Kenny Pickett pickup, all the players that we did let go of, all the players we kept. Some of them were actually surprising. So we'll see how it really turns out for us this year. You know what I mean? We're not really promised anything, especially when you get in here and you really start dissecting these players, man. Really start dissecting the depth chart. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. It's a little spooky, man. Honestly. But let's jump into this real quick. I got the little depth chart right here pulled up. Hey, what's good, bro? What's good, my guy? I really appreciate you tapping in today, bro. Like I said, man, we're gonna get into it real quick. Appreciate the gang coming here and tuning in. But obviously, man, Kenny Pickett had to grab somebody, right? You can't go in there with the guy looking like AOC as your second, knowing Geno Smith is up there in age. Just based on, man, you got to be precautious. You know what I mean? If you got to stay ready, you don't got to. That way, you didn't got to get ready. So obviously, you know, going in there getting a guy like Kenny Pickett, bro, he has some kind of experience. Maybe it's not the best. He hasn't really done the best in his career. You know what I mean? But to get a guy like that, man, I know, you know what I mean. He's been to Super Bowl, got a ring, blah blah blah. We get all that, right? But to go in there and grab a guy with some kind of experience, bro, at second is always good. You know what I mean? It's always good to have some of those guys in there that can actually go in there and just go in there, man, and do the Dougie. You know what I mean? While they're in there, we're not expecting him to go in there and crush games for us and throw 300 yards a game if he goes in. Like, we're not expecting none of that from a backup. It's never gonna happen. But like I said, man, when you do go and grab a guy who has experience like Kenny Pickett as a second, I mean, you can't be mad at that. Especially knowing, dude, we seen what's up with AOC. AOC is pretty much the same guy, maybe dropped a few pounds, face looks a little tighter than usual. But we already know what is really going on with him, man. The dude cannot run. Yeah, he can get the ball downfield. Yes, he's decent at throwing and shit like that. You know what I mean? But we can't go in there and depend on a guy like that, dude, especially if Geno Smith's going to go out. And we seen what happened with Cam Miller. You know what I mean? He got waived. So, I mean, honestly, I'm not really too mad at the pickup. I see my guy right here. He said for a fifth. That's the other thing I was going to get to. For a fifth, man, honestly, I felt like we could have went a little deeper on that. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're really good at what you do in the draft game, you can find some kind of potential in the fifth round. You know what I mean? You're not like, guys, for example, man, look at Brock Purdy, bro. Dude was the last pick, diamond in the rough. You know what I mean? So you never know what you're going to get. And I always value draft picks as a Raider fan, dude. I always look forward to seeing us get at least a pick every round. You know what I mean? So for a fifth, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little on the fence. I believe that's Will out there, right? Silver and black. So yeah, man, I could feel you on that. On the fifth, I'm rocky with it, bro. I'm not too sure. But like I said, man, just going in there and grabbing a guy like that for a second stringer, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man. We got to be smart, you know what I mean? We got to be smart and not stupid. Like I said, man, you got to stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Like, we can't be trying to figure this shit out week 5, week 6, week 7. Like, that's, you know what I mean? That's what offseason for. That's what preseason is for. And, you know what I mean? I still see a whole lot of question marks on this team. Don't get me wrong, man. It's Raiders till I die. But we got to call a duck, an ace, a spade, right? So when I sit here and really look at this team, there's honestly a lot of shit that comes in and worries me. Max Ray, what's good, Brody? He said, we got Coop back. Yes, sir. Angelica, what's good? Silver and Black said, I thought he was going to get released. Yeah, that's right, Will. Hell yeah. Thank you for tuning in, big dog. You're talking about Aiden O'Connell? I thought that too, dude. But like I said, guys, there's a whole lot of shit when I'm looking at the team, bro. There's a whole lot of holes we got to fill. You know what I mean, there's a whole lot of shit we still got to worry about. But as we know, man, starting quarterback Geno Smith, I'm cool with that. Second at Kenny Pickett, like I said, I'm on the fence with it. Obviously, he's not gonna be a starter, man. But like I said, I always value draft picks, so that I'm on the fence with that one. We got Ashton Genty, Zamir White, Dylan Labe, you know what I mean, Raheem, dude. So honestly, that running back room, I feel like we're good there. But when it gets to the wide receivers, dog, when it comes to the wide receivers, that's the most iffiest part on this team right now. Honestly, Jacoby Myers, man, we don't know how that's gonna turn out. You know what I mean? He might go sour on us, just like Devontae Adams did. We'll see what happens. Dante Thornton, don't get me wrong, man. Dante Thornton really got the measurables. Dante Thornton, from what I seen that last game, he looks pretty physical. He just hasn't got too much burn yet. You know what I mean? He hasn't really went in there and put on a show like that to really solidify that he is a dog like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, he shows potential. The size, bro, the everything he got, man, is up to par. You know what I mean? It's up to what we need, what we've been lacking. But he still got to go in there and show us he got some burn. Show us what he can do. Another guy, man, Jack Bech. You know what I mean? He's a guy that we got in the second round. You know what I mean? And to not see him get that much burn, dude, to not see him go in there and really progress with the ones, it's kind of upsetting. You know what I mean? That we went in there. And hopefully this ain't a bust draft pick on Jack Bech, which I don't think it is, man. I mean, I think the guy, like I said, man, these guys are rookies. It's their first year. They got to get used to the game. They got to get used to the speed. You know what I mean? They got to get used to the different play calls from what they were just getting told for these last 4 years, 3 years, however long they played in college. So that's the thing that worries me, man, this wide receiver room. Now, don't get me wrong. Amari Cooper, man, I know a lot of people were on the fence about that one. I was on the fence about that one as well. But, man, when we look at the stats, man, we look at the numbers of Amari Cooper. Yeah, I know these last couple years he hasn't really been out there doing much, hasn't really played too much. I know he was dropping a lot of balls throughout his career. You know what I mean? But to go in there, and I looked at his stats, man, and I mean, this dude has 5, 6, 1,000-yard receiving yards. You know what I mean? He went in there and received for 1,000 yards. I think he's in the league 11 years, 6 out of 11 years. You know what I mean? So that's my thing on it is when you get a guy like that, especially as a smart pickup, man. Like I said, we don't know what's going on with really with Jacoby. That still has to play out. So to go in there and grab a veteran like Amari Cooper, man, I mean, I don't knock it. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people are knocking the pickup. You know what I mean? Saying the way he left the Raiders, I get that, but that's a different regime. That's a different coach. That's a different quarterback. That's a whole different state, bro. You know what I mean? They were in Oakland. They're in Las Vegas now. So hopefully shit's different. I mean, Pete Carroll's obviously not who we had. And we know how Pete Carroll was with players, man. You know what I mean? He really knows how to get in there and develop players. He knows how to go in there. Like, look at Tyree Wilson, bro. Everyone had lost so much faith in Tyree Wilson on that line. You know what I mean? Everyone was bashing Tyree Wilson, saying that he needs to get traded. He's the worst player we've ever seen on the line, this and that. And now all of a sudden, Pete Carroll comes in, and we got everyone like, oh, damn, you know what? Tyree Wilson actually looks pretty good at tackle. Tyree Wilson actually looks like he got a little motor on him. You know what I mean? He looks like he's moving his hands a little bit more. That's what happens, bro, when you go in there and you get a good coach and you get a good team around him. You get these guys that want to play for you. Like, ain't nobody in the world wanted to play for Josh McDaniels. Nobody in the world wanted to play for Lou Getsy. Like, dude, these guys are bums. You know what I mean? When it comes, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not. Did I say Pete Carroll? No, McDaniels. Not only McDaniels, but Antonio Pierce. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. Everyone was digging AP, but when it came to coaching, AP was not really a head coach, guys. He went from being a linebacker coach, linebacker staff dude, to straight up to being a fucking head coach. And usually it don't work like that. Usually get guys in there, bro. They're in there at offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, things like that, and then they get switched over. So I could see the frustration in the team, and now I could see with this new regime we got how much different it does look. So that's the positive thing, guys, with this offseason, with the preseason coming into the regular season, is we finally have the coaching set up to give us faith. You know what I mean? I know, guys, it's been rough, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to trust the process. Like I said, it's a whole new regime. This shit might take a while, you know what I mean? It might not click on the first year. We're not guaranteed that. And that's what I'm saying. I see a lot of people getting their hopes up. thinking that this team's gonna go in there and click on the first year just based on, oh, we got Pete Carroll and Ashton Genty and all these guys. I get it, man. It sounds good. It looks good. But we got to see how it plays out. These guys got to get in there and mesh. These guys got to get in there and get that chemistry right. Things like that. So that's what I'm saying, man. It can either go really good or really bad real quick for us. We'll, you know what I mean? We'll see how that pans out. Oh man, you guys are in here tripping. Kate McDougal was good. CBK was good. Was good. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, man. Really appreciate you guys. But yeah, guys, that's it for the wide receiver room. You know what I mean? There's a lot of question marks in there. Like I said, if we have to go in here and really depend on 2 rookies to go in there and really lead this team, Trey Tucker, he's still kind of proving himself to this team. I feel like I said, Jacoby Myers, man, they need to pay him. You know what I mean? They need to go in there and give him what he's worth. For a guy to not drop any catches and be your number 1. And then, you know what I mean? I do know, like, he was a number 1 wide receiver on a 4-winning team. I get that. But for a guy to go in there and not drop any catches like that, that shows you something. You know what I mean? It shows you he might not be the shining star. You know what I mean? But the dude got a motor in him. The dude has the heart. The dude has what we need as a wide receiver. You know what I mean? He doesn't drop. That's the thing I like about him. You know what I mean? And the way he stuck it out, the way he stood up and did what he had to do for the Raiders, I could appreciate that as well. That's what I'm saying, man. They really need to get in there and pay this guy. Because it sucked to see Jacoby go, and then we have to really depend on Amari Cooper, you know what I mean, and these rookies. But it's even an upgrade, man, if Jacoby stays and we do have Coop. I mean, hey, that might work out for us. I mean, get them in there to show these rookies what they need to do. Show the rookies how to move, you know what I mean? Show them what's right and what's wrong. Boverdy said, in your opinion, in the Michigan Wolverines 2023-24 title tainted. I'm not too sure about that one. But let's jump into this tight end room real quick, guys. We got Brock Bowers, obvious dog, man, one of the top 3 tight ends in the league last year. If he goes and does what he does again, and a couple of these guys fall off, he might be number 1 or number 2, man. Michael Mayer, another great tight end that we kept. Really glad we did keep him around. As we know, man, Michael Mayer, he was that guy for us at one point. You know what I mean? Michael Mayer was our dog before we got Bowers. You know what I mean? And the way we got Bowers was one hell of a way. You know what I mean? He kind of fell into our lap, man, and honestly, it really blessed the team. But for the coaching staff, you know what I mean, to still keep Michael Mayer around, dude, like, that's a good sign. Like I said, there's some things to look forward to this year, but there's still a whole lot of question marks. So that's what I'm saying, man. I'm really on the fence with it this year, man. I got us on the average about 7-8 wins this year. I know a lot of guys are saying 10. I've seen a couple guys say 12. I've seen a couple guys say 6. But as far as a high winning season this year, it's going to be really tough, guys. Like I said, there's a whole lot of question marks. Not only that, but this team is new. You know what I mean? The regime is new. The head coach is new. Everything is pretty much new about it. So, like I said, it either might take some time or it might click overnight. We'll see how it really pans out. Left tackle, obviously, Colton Miller. Charles Grant as a backup. You know what I mean? Got Jordan Meredith, JPJ over there at guard. So those are good. We got that dude Stone Forsythe. I don't really know too much about him. DJ Glaze. They still have Will Putnam out there. Alex Kappa. So, you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. Seeing that offensive line in preseason, like, I'm not sure if they were all really playing against number 1s on defense. But usually, you know what I mean, the first couple of drives, you are playing against ones. It really looked good, man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That first game was a little rocky on the O-line, but as they progressed through the couple of games that they did have, especially in that last game, they really showed some signs of how good and how serviceable this offensive line will be to Geno Smith and Ashton Genty. In my honest opinion, I think that O-line has beefed up 4 or 5 times more than what it once was, you know what I mean? Bover D said, heard it here first, folks. Legit Natty. Hey, shout out to them. And as we know, guys, the old heads in the room. All the old heads we got at linebacker group. Don't get me wrong, I'm digging it. You know what I mean? I really, when you get vets in here, bro, it kind of puts a little more stability to the team just based on, you know what I mean? These guys have been there, done that. And honestly, bro, you know what I mean? Jermaine Pratt, he's been there, done that. Malcolm, my bad, E-Rob, he's been there, done that. Been in the Super Bowl, got a ring. Devin White got a ring. Jermaine Pratt, been to a bowl but lost. You know what I mean? And then we go back there, we got the Eichenbergs. Tommy Eichenberg, Cody Lindenberg. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Tommy did his thing in preseason. He showed that he knows how to tackle. Like I said, these guys didn't really get the fucking star showtime or anything like that, but they're showing that they know what to do, you know what I mean? So I could really dig that line. I know preseason, you know what I mean, that zone was getting crushed. Hopefully they can work on that. But Jamal Adams over there, man, I really feel like he's going to be a great addition to this team. And we have been seeing Jamal Adams ball out week after week after week. And to see the motor he has, man, I mean, that's really what we need on this team, you know what I mean? We need guys like Max Crosby that go in there and work their ass off. We need guys like Jamal Adams who go in there with a high motor, you know what I mean? That's just what we really need to go in here and win this year. We can't go in there with a sloppy team. You know what I mean? We can't have guys in there moving around like they were when they were playing for Josh McDaniels and things like that. And I feel like that's what Pete Carroll brings to this team is competition, you know what I mean? Like, look at all the guys. Like I said, guys, I know a lot of these guys are might be has-beens. A lot of these guys might be washed up, you know what I mean? We'll see how it goes. But to see that Pete Carroll is always looking for the next guy to come in here and do something, that's always a good sign, bro. That's always a good sign when you got your coach always working. Because if that coach is always working, you know them players are always working. Just based on coach ain't gonna have that shit. So that's my whole take on that. But yeah, you know what I mean? Dean, Max Crosby, Tyree Wilson, Adam Butler. This is the D-line, guys. Jonah Lalu, J.J. Pegues, Leki Fotu, Snowden, Tonka Hemingway. Tonka Hemingway did his thing in preseason, guys. I'll give it to him. Leki Fotu kind of showed some shit in that last game. Thomas Booker, he looked pretty good. Malcolm Kuntz, you know what I mean? We'll see what he can do. He did ball out last year. I know really this preseason, this offseason, he didn't get too much burn, but he did look physical. You know what I mean? I'll give that to him. Adam Butler, as usual, man, we're expecting a lot out of him. I think that D-line might be okay. We'll see how healthy they can stay. We'll see how some of these rookies step up, too. Like I said, Tonka Hemingway, dude, I think he'll be really good for this team. J.J. Pegues, you know what I mean? We'll see what's up with him. The thing I do love about J.J. Pegues is that dude can move for how big he is. The way he can get over on that O-line, it's incredible. And we all know he could even go in there and play fullback if he really needed to. So that's another good guy I was really happy to keep. Like I said, Thomas Booker, he showed some signs of some good things there in preseason. So, yeah, you know what I mean? D-line, O-line, I'm pretty happy with. Wide receiving room's a little iffy. We do got some potential in there, you know what I mean? Got some vets in there now. So we'll see how it pans out. And really the big thing is, man, is seeing these rookies flourish. It might not happen the first year, but we need to see Trey Tucker get in there and do some things for us too, you know what I mean? Because Trey Tucker is really, in my opinion, I think Trey Tucker is still in there trying to prove himself. He really got to go in there and show he deserves to be on this team, you know what I mean? Like I said, dude got speed, dude could catch. We just got to get him the ball, man, and really see what he's about. He didn't really get that ball too much. But when we look at the quarterback room, guys, Darian Porter, DeCamarion, Jeremy Chin at safety, Thomas Harper, Palomau, free safety, Chris Smith, Eric Stotak, cornerback. And even the great thing about Jamal Adams is he could go in there and play safety and he could play a linebacker. So, I mean, that's an A1 plus right there, you know what I mean? Boss Man Dollar says season predictions for the Raiders, man. You know what I mean? At first, before season and before everything was transpiring, I had us at 9 wins. But right now, I got us at about 7 or 8 wins, man. That's my prediction for this year. But, you know what I mean? Going through, like I said, guys, going through the depth chart, going through seeing with what we do have, we definitely have a lot of potential in this locker room. You know what I mean? There's definitely potential in a lot of these rooms. It's just we really can't just because there's potential in a room doesn't mean you can go in there and base and you know what I mean, a opinion saying they're going to be good just based on potential. Because potential only means what? Yeah, he has it, but we got to see if he could do it. So that's my biggest thing, bro, especially when it comes to wide receivers. Like I said, Dante Thorne, full of potential. Dude got the size. Dude can catch. That last game, he really showed us he was physical. So, like, there's potential there. It's just we can't go in there and say this wide receiving room is locked up based on rookies because, like, they haven't even played a legit season yet. Preseason might have looked good, whoop-de-whoop, okay. But we can't really go in there and say our wide receiving room is solidified until we see these guys go in there and play a regular season game and really show up and do what they got to do. You know what I mean? And that's my biggest fear, man, is watching that wide receiver room go in there and fumble. You know what I mean? Like, if they go in there and drop the bag, dude, it's gonna be bad for Geno Smith. Because, like, honestly, out of everyone we got, Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers are probably the only two guys I can really go in there and depend on if I was a quarterback. You know what I mean? Them are like the only two dudes you can really go in there and say, hey, these guys are dogs. I mean, Jacoby Myers didn't drop a pass. Dude hit over 1,000 yards. Brock Bowers, top 3 tight end. And then you try to go in there and say, oh, Jack Besh, okay, don't get me wrong, full of potential. But that's the thing, man. We can't go in there and say we're good and say we got a stacked up room when they ain't even hit a regular field yet. They haven't hit a regular game. Offensive line, like I said, offensive line looked a whole lot better to me. JPJ at guard. I know a lot of people weren't too happy about it at first, but you know what I mean? Seeing him play that guard position, bro, he's one physical dude. And I really think this offensive line will be helpful for Geno Smith and Ashton Jeanty. And that's really going to be the biggest thing. That's going to be the biggest thing here for the Raiders this year, is if we can really go in here and give time for Geno Smith to make legitimate reads and not have to rush anything. Because when when you rush it, you fuck up, right? And we got to open up holes for Ashton Jeanty, man, to go in there and do his Dougie. We seen what he could do. We seen how physical Ashton Jeanty is. If he goes in there on a one-on-one, he's probably going to break a tackle. Now, we know he's not going to go in there and break 4 or 5 like he was in college. We haven't seen it yet. He might. But based on from what we're seeing, he's guaranteed to at least off the rip, bro. If he's one-on-one, heads up, he's probably going to run you over. You know what I mean? So when we look at the offensive line, that's my biggest goal here, watching them this year. I want to see them giving Geno Smith time and opening up holes for Ashton Jeanty. And if the offensive line can't do that, Ashton Jeanty and Geno Smith are going to have one hell of a year, bro. It's going to be another fucked up year, honestly. But going on with the offensive line and with the running back room, like I said, guys, running back room is pretty stacked. I think we're damn near good there. Kind of got every running back we need. We got the power backs, got the receiving backs. We done talked about the wide receivers. Defense overall, like I said, man, defense overall does look pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie to you guys. There's definitely some things that we could pick up on. But from seeing the tackling that was going on in preseason, I'm not really too happy about that. Just based on, we got to get back to the fundamentals, bro. If you guys can't go in there and get a tackle, then what the fuck are you playing football for? You're not guaranteed an interception as a safety. You're not guaranteed an interception as a cornerback. You're not guaranteed to go in there and get your hands on a ball every game. You're not guaranteed to get the ball thrown your way in every game, but you are guaranteed to get a tackle. If you put yourself in the right place, right position, make the right read, you're gonna go in there and get a tackle. But the defense, guys, I do feel pretty good about it. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's always shit we could upgrade in. But as of right now, defensive line looks all right. Like I said, linebacker room is full of vets. And when you got vets in there, man, they've been there, done that. And we got some rookies back there, so we'll see how that pans out for them. My boy Billy Davis was good, man. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Like I said, man, appreciate it. We got to give away 500 subs. Giving out 2 hats, man. We're shipping out 2 hats to 2 of you guys. My boy Bueno, what's good? What's cracking? Bueno, appreciate you, big dog. Boss man, yeah, salute. Salute, man. Appreciate everybody coming here tapping in tonight. But yeah, guys, in all, man, this season is really gonna. I feel like it's gonna be a nail biter, damn near the whole way through the whole year. You know what I mean? Because there's so much shit we still gotta work on, so much shit we gotta prove. And honestly, going into the first week playing Josh McDaniels' offense, you know what I mean, first game of the season, we kind of got to go in there and get that dub. Because can you guys just imagine, bro, what it's going to feel like losing to Josh McDaniels week 1 and losing to his offense? You know what I mean? It's going to be a sight to see, man. And not only that, but all the players that went there, all the former Raiders that were there, you know what I mean, that went there. So that's kind of a game we're going to need to win just to set it off right, set the mood off right, set the tone off right. Obviously, guys, week 2, man, we do got a divisional game against the Chargers. That's going to be one we definitely got to win. We didn't go undefeated. We went defeated last year in the AFC West, man, and we can't have that. If we want to go in there and actually try to make a playoff run, sneak into a wild card, we're definitely going to have to win our division games. So week 2 is going to be another big game, you know what I mean? And if we could go in there and beat the Commanders week 3, and we start off 3-0, man, that's going to say a whole lot about this Raider team. Like I'm saying, I'm not going in here and doubting the Raiders, not one bit. It's just I don't see the 10 wins. I don't see the playoff run this year. You know what I mean? Just being realistic, looking at what we're going through. Like I said, new regime, new coach, new everything. It might take a little time. I mean, shit don't click overnight, and that's kind of what all us Raider fans and Raider reporters and everyone's kind of expecting is seeing Pete Carroll coming here and adding all these players and Ashton Jeanty and Geno Smith. They think just because we added all those guys, hey, we're guaranteed a playoff run. It's like it doesn't work that way. We got to really go in there, got better than what we were last year, no doubt. I think teams are going to be talking about us like they never have before, just based on the way Pete Carroll's in here, Chip Kelly. I mean, we got a lot of smart football guys in the building now. You know what I mean? Even I know a lot of people don't like it, but Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Having Tom Brady in the building is honestly. It's a little boost of confidence, you know what I mean? Just knowing we finally got football guys in the building who know what the hell they're doing. McDaniels, man, he's a dummy, you know what I mean? AP, he wasn't really meant to be a head coach. John Gruden was, in my opinion, the last realest head coach we've really had. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, Versace and all them guys went in there and did their thing. Del Rio, shout out to all them dudes, you know what I mean? They went in there and did what they had to do. But as far as being a solidified coach for this team, you know what I mean? Like, he got a 10-year deal, man. Like, when do you guys really see some shit like that? Off the rip, 10-year deal, just like that. So we'll really have to play close attention, man, because it's going to be a sight to see, guys. These games are going to be nail-biting games, and I feel like it's going to be a nail-biter the whole way through this year. And this is the first year, guys. It's pretty much, like I said, it's year one with the new team, with the new regime. So we'll see what happens. And not only that, but we still have years to build with these guys. So that's what I'm saying, man. Give it a couple years. Maybe we'll be where we really need to be. But as far as this year, man, there's still a lot of question marks. And there's still a lot of shit that we need to get in there and go in there and work on. My boy Dixon Sider, man, what's cracking, my boy? You ditched the Raider, huh? You threw the Raiders out? Appreciate everyone tapping in tonight, man. We got 8 in the building. We got 8 likes, man. Let's hit them like buttons real quick. Appreciate everybody coming in here, showing love tonight. Figure just jump on here real quick, man. Come mingle with the fellas, see what's good. Talk this shit real quick. You know what I mean? We did get the final 53. We did see the guys we picked up in Kenny Pickett. Like I said, guys, Kenny Pickett's kind of a guy we really needed to go get. Because AOC, Cam Miller waived. We're really in need of a decent backup. You know what I mean? AOC was honestly a decent backup last year until this year coming up. It just has not been the same with him, man. I think he had 4 or 5 turnovers within 3 games in the preseason, which honestly, that is not a good sign at all. And we seen what happened with Geno Smith, the interceptions with him. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, there's a lot of question marks, and there's a lot of shit to prove. And we're going to see how this team pans out this year. But as far as the offense, like I said, I think they'll be better. I think the team will be better overall in every aspect. It's just they're not where they need to be for them guys that are saying 12 wins, 13 wins, 11 wins, 10 wins. I don't see that this year. I just wanted to come on here, you know what I mean, and give my thoughts on the final 53, give my thoughts on this depth chart that they just released. You know what I mean? I wanted to talk about Kenny Pickett, Amari Cooper coming back, man. I mean, that was a kind of a splash move right there. Not everyone was really expecting that. So there's a lot of shit going on, and that's the thing about Pete, man. He don't stop. He don't stop till the battle's over. Look how old he is, and he's still coaching. Like, a lot of people hang the gloves up before his time, before his age. So I can really dig the coaching staff we got. I really respect the coaching staff we got. Chip Kelly, bro, hell of a coordinator. Patrick Graham, you know what I mean? He showed he's savvy with it. You know what I mean? Maybe not the best, but the dude does know what he's doing. And a head coach in Pete Carroll. I mean, you can't argue with that. My boy Fuentes, man, what's cracking? What's cracking, yo? Appreciate you stopping by, big dog. Appreciate everybody in the building tonight. Like I said, we're coming on here real quick, but just talk a little bit of shit real quick. You know what I mean? Appreciate everybody coming in here that is tapping in. Giveaway, guys, 500 subs. We're more than halfway there, man. I really appreciate everybody who does sub to me. Everyone, you know what I mean, who's always in here rocking with me, bro. I really appreciate you guys. Like, from the bottom of my feet to the top of my head, you know what I mean? That's what it is, man. Really appreciate it. But yeah, guys, I mean, from what we had last year, we're definitely going to be better. I don't see not one bit us not being any better than what we were. But there's still a whole lot of shit we got to do. There's still a whole lot of shit we got to go in there and work on. Um, you know what I mean? Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys tapping in tonight. 10 likes, man. Let's get it to 20. Let's try to hit it to 20 real quick. And not only that, the whole Kenny Pickett thing, man, but we got Aiden O'Connell on the IR. Obviously, he's not going to be here 6 to 8 weeks. Pickett's a decent pickup for a second. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But like my boy Will said over there with the Silver and Black podcast, thank you, man, for tuning in today. He said it, bro, for a fifth. I mean, man, I kind of value the draft picks. You know what I mean? I hate giving up draft picks, especially for a motherfucker who ain't going to come in here and start right off the rip to give away a draft pick. I'm a little on the fence with that. Don't totally agree with the fifth. Just based on, bro, if like I said, if you're good at doing your draft and you know what I mean, which I think Spytech did a really good job, then you could definitely find some pieces there, bro. You could definitely go in there and build or add a lot of depth. Like I said, for us to give up, I hate giving up draft picks for people who ain't going to start, honestly. Fuente said fifth ain't bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. Like I said, man, if you can go in there and really draft right, dude, you could find potential. But like I said, that's why I'm on the fence with it, Fuentes, because the fifth, like I said, at least it wasn't a third, at least it wasn't a fourth. But fifth, not too bad. I agree. It's not too bad. It's just, I don't know. My philosophy has always been don't give up any draft picks. You know what I mean? If these guys ain't going to come in here and do their thing. I was trying to look something up right here real quick, guys. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, we definitely needed a backup. And like I said, Kenny Pickett, honestly, he's not for a second, bro, for a backup, he's not bad. I'm not saying Kenny Pickett is a bad pickup. I honestly thought it was a legitimate, smart pickup by us. I mean, we really did need a backup quarterback, and this dude has some kind of experience. So if we can go in there and get a guy with experience, then hey. But guys, this is what I wanted to talk about real quick. We did give up a 5th round draft pick for Kenny Pickett. We didn't have a 5th round this year, but round 4 we got Dante Thornton at 108, and we also got Tonka Hemingway at 135. Which Tonka Hemingway really went in there and showed us some shit. You know what I mean? Dante Thornton, he's supposed to be one of them top dog receivers for us, so we'll see how that pans out. But this is what I want to say real quick. I mean, we got Kenny Pickett for a 5th. So the guys in round 4, Tonka Hemingway and Dante Thornton. And in round 6, we went there and got J.J. Pegues, which, you know what I mean, he showed that dude can move. He's a solid defensive tackle, in my honest opinion. Another round 6 pick, Tommy Malott. We seen what happened with him. In round 6, Cam Miller, we seen what happened with him. So that's what I'm saying, Fuentes. I agree, man. 5th is not bad at all. It's just like I said, dude. The way I think and the way I like to view it is, you never know what you're gonna get in the draft. Like I said, look at Brock Purdy, bro. He was the last pick in the draft for the 49ers. He went there and balled out like he's been in the league for fucking the last 10 years. I mean, dude, he was Mr. Irrelevant and went to a NFC championship. And honestly, I think they would have won that game if he didn't get injured. So you know what I mean? Like, you never know what you're going to get in the draft, bro. You might get a diamond, and that's why I've always been so high on not giving up draft picks, especially, like I said, for guys who ain't going to come in here and start. But yeah, 5th, 6th, 7th, I mean, I could get it. You know what I mean? It's not too risky. So I like I said, I'm on the fence with that one, guys. Fuentes said, we thinking about now. Yes, sir. We have to think about now. Mando. Because and that's what I'm saying, Fuentes. I keep saying I'm on the fence with it because I get why we grabbed them. We definitely needed them. AOC, obviously, he might be on the downgrade. Geno Smith, with his age, Fuentes, you know what I mean? He's not guaranteed to play too long. And I know he didn't play too much in his career, but, dude, just when you get up there in age, bro, your body don't work the same. Your bones don't heal the same. You don't come back from injuries the same. So, I mean, all it takes, honestly, is one wrong hit. You're not guaranteed to go in there and play a full year in the NFL just based on how physical these guys get. So, yeah, like I said, I agree with Kenny Pickett. I think it was a solid pickup. We definitely needed it, just as well as Amari Cooper. We don't know what's going on with Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers wants out based on we're not paying the dude. So if Jacoby Myers does decide to bounce out or turn sour on us, and hey, they went in there and grabbed Amari Cooper, which you know what I mean. I agree with it, man. I don't see why everyone is so low on the dude. I know he went in there and talked the shit on the Raiders a while back. But we got to think, man. Dude was what 24, 25. I mean, he's still growing. Lord Buddy Bear said, I'm not sure how comp picks work, but I think we should be getting a few good ones. Yeah, we'll see how, and that's another thing. Like, well, I'm not too sure about any of that either, Lord Buddy Bear, but we'll see how that pans out. Definitely, and that's what we need, bro. Like I said, and I think I forgot what it was on the picket, or I forgot who it was, but I know we got an additional fourth, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. RW said, I think Pickett could be all right for you guys. I was a little sad to see him go as a Browns fan. I think Cooper is done. He was bad last few weeks in Cleveland, and his Buffalo career was terrible. I agree. I don't know about him being done, man. You know what I mean? I think, like I said, guys, I've went and looked at his stats. This dude has about 6 years with 1,000 yards receiving or more. But I definitely do think if Amari Cooper doesn't come in here and do anything, dog, he's out. Like he might be fucked for his whole career. But yeah, R-Dub, I completely agree with you, man. These last few years he has not been doing shit. Buffalo was pretty much a shit show. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it pans out, man. I know he had his spurt there in Dallas. Not only in Dallas, but he did hit 2 seasons with the Raiders with 1,000 yards back in Oakland, his first 2 years with us. So, you know what I mean? There's some kind of potential there. We just got to see, like I said, man, we got to get him the ball, see what he's about. But like I said, Jacoby Myers kind of wanting to leave, and especially if we don't pay him, I mean, we're going to need a veteran in there because are we going to really depend on Trey Tucker to go in there and lead this team as a wide receiver one? You know what I mean? Like, are we really going to depend on Brock Bowers the whole time to go in there and get all these receptions? Because everyone is going to scheme on Brock Bowers this year, bro. They seen how he tore up the league last year. They seen what he's capable of. So I guarantee you people are going to be scheming on Brock Bowers. It's not going to be a cakewalk for him this year. And that's why I keep saying, too, I think Brock Bowers' numbers might drop a little, but he's still going to be one of the top tight ends in the league. So I can see, like I said, I can see why the team went and grabbed Pickett. I can see why the team went and grabbed Amari Cooper. Not saying these guys are going to come in here and save the league. I mean, Kenny Pickett's obviously a backup. We really don't hope we don't even have to use them ever. But just in case Geno Smith goes down, like I said, with age, your body just isn't the same. We'll see what happens, you know what I mean? We'll see what happens. Bones 2110 said Jacoby deserves something. He's been solid. I agree, Bones. I totally agree, man. I think we should go in there and pay that guy. Like I said, not everyone could go into the NFL season and not drop a catch. You know what I mean? Not only that, but the dude did hit 1,000 yards. So you gotta pay the man his 40 hours. You know what I mean? We're trying to go in there and give him a 20-hour paycheck when the motherfucker worked 40, 50 hours for us. Like, of course he's gonna be mad. I get why he's mad. And for them to hold out this long and not pay him, like, dude, he was your best receiver last year. The motherfucker didn't drop a catch. I mean, I get it if he hit 1,000 yards and he had hella drop catches. Okay, yeah, I can see that. But for a guy to go in there and not drop a catch, man, it shows you something, bro. It shows you how determined he is. It shows you how much he cares about playing this game. You know what I mean? And he said it himself, bro. Like, I'm not gonna get overlooked here. Like, I know what I'm about. I know what I bring to this team. And honestly, letting him go would be one of the stupidest moves by the Raiders. Because that's what the problem is, bro. We can't keep letting go of potential. Khalil Mack, dog. Like, why would we ever let go of Khalil Mack? We've been letting go of players that have potential and that are actually good, and we're not getting none out of it. We like Derek Carr, man, for example. We let go of Derek Carr and struggled up to this day. Since we have let go of Derek Carr, we have not found us a stable quarterback. Derek Carr was our last stable quarterback. Not saying he had all the numbers or he was the best quarterback in the league, or he had all the most. I'm not saying that, but he was the last quarterback to take us to a playoff. He was the last quarterback to actually come in here and do something with us. He was the last decent quarterback we had since fucking Rich Gannon, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a while, dude. So that's what I'm saying, man. When we got the talent in here and we got the people that actually have something in them, we got to keep them. We can't just keep letting these guys go. We got to pay them what they're worth, and you pay for what you get. If you want to go in there and try to get a wide receiver for 15 mil, 17 mil, I mean, you get paid for what you get. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't see why we're not paying Jacoby Meyer. I think he definitely deserves what he's been doing. You know what I mean? The dude has been nothing but humble. He's not a diva. He's not like Devontae Adams in the locker room going in there and starting a bunch of problems and going on interviews and going on live TV and talking a bunch of shit about the Raiders and things like that. That's not what Jacoby Myers is. So when you get a guy that's actually matured and got and and got the hands, dog, and got the maturity and got the willpower, you got to go in there and pay that man, dude. We cannot keep letting guys with potential leave this building, and this is why we have been struggling for so damn long. Is because we're letting guy Josh Jacobs. Why are we letting Josh Jacobs go? Why are we letting Derek Carr go? Why are we letting Khalil Mack go? Like that. That's why we're all fucked up. Why are we not drafting quarterbacks in the first? We haven't drafted a quarterback in the first round since Jamarcus Russell. Like this organization got like whiplash from that shit or PTSD off of Jamarcus Russell. You know what I mean? And maybe that's why we have been struggling, because we haven't been grabbing guys at number one in the quarterback room. We're this team never gets a quarterback and builds on them. You know what I mean? We're like, look at Cam Miller, look at Aiden O'Connell, like look at all these guys that we're constantly drafting round 6, round 7, and we're not building on nothing, bro. There's not a rookie in there getting built up. That's why we're all fucked up. That's why we're always struggling at running in the quarterback room. Because we're constantly switching through quarterbacks. We're constantly switching through head coaches. And if you don't have stability in a team, bro, like, it's like a kid. If the kid don't got stability at home, the kid's going to be all fucked up. You know what I mean? And that's what happened with the Raiders. We don't have stability inside the house. We haven't been stable for a long, long time. So what's going to happen, man? These players are going to get frustrated. The players are going to play right. And even the coaches are going to get frustrated. That's just what it is. And that's why I'm so happy they brought in Pete Carroll. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know how long Pete Carroll got. But Pete Carroll definitely knows how to go in there and set a tone. And he knows how to go in there and work with people who don't really have the highest capabilities. You know what I mean? Like, bro, he went there and won a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. Look at Russell Wilson now. Like what is Russell Wilson doing now? And for him to go fucking back-to-back, dog, and you know what I mean? Like, it just shows how smart Pete Carroll is. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. They did have one of the best defenses. And don't get me wrong, our defense, it's not there yet. But we do have a whole lot of potential on this team. It's just, and we gotta fit these puzzles into, you know what I mean, the pieces into the puzzle the right way, and we'll see how it works out. My boy Night Owl, what's cracking, Night Owl? Appreciate you, big dog. R-Dub says, same with Baker. Who wants to be stuck at 500? Yeah, no one wants to do that. Bone said, for real, he ain't getting no love. Most underrated player in the league for me. Yeah, he won there. Jacoby Myers, yeah, definitely, bro. Jacoby, he definitely deserves to get his paycheck. Let's see what's cracking right here. Bones with another one. Exactly. He just wants something back for doing his job under bad coaches. Yeah. And that's what it is. Like I said, bro, like, dude went in there and worked 50 hours, and they're trying to cut him a 30-hour check. Like, who's not going to be mad? Like, motherfucker, I came in here and worked my ass off for you guys, and I've been your best employee, and you want to come in here and cut me half my check? Like, fuck you, you know what I mean? I get why he's mad. R-Dub said that's exactly it. They refuse to reach because they know it could hurt you. Yeah. But, hey, if you want to win, and this was a thing, I dropped the video, just like the whole Trey Hendrickson thing. If we really want to be one of them top-notch contending teams and we really want to win now, like a lot of people are saying we got to win now. If you want to win now and you want to be great, you're going to have to make some fucking risky calls. You're going to have to make some risky moves. That's just the way it is, bro. You can't sit here and play everything safe all the time and expect you to go, like, look at the Chiefs, bro. You know what I mean? Look what they have been doing. They're out there making moves, bro. They're out there making shit happen. And that's the whole thing, bro, is if we want to win now, bro, we got to go out there and make some real big moves. Like a Parsons, Trey Hendrickson, Jalen Ramsey, Jair Alexander. Like, can you imagine if we would have picked any one of them dudes up, how different this team would look? Like, if we would have grabbed Jalen Ramsey, Jair Alexander, that defensive backroom would be completely different. I guarantee it. Because we don't really have a solid vet in there teaching these youngins what to do. We got Eric Stokes, bro. Dude hasn't really done shit. You know what I mean? Eric Stokes hasn't done a damn thing since he's been injured. So for us to go in there and depend on Eric Stokes to go in there and lead this cornerback room, I mean, that's pretty fucking silly, honestly. And that's why I was so high on us trying to get Ramsey, trying to get Jair Alexander. Because you can't go in there and depend on a guy like Eric Stokes and a bunch of rookies to go in there and lock shit down. Like, it's not going to happen. That's my whole take on that. Night Owl said the Raiders had to transition to the Gen Z era with the new toys. It's different, man. Bones said Amik Robinson let him walk. Jacorian Bennett, yeah, Jacorian Bennett wasn't. And I get why all these people are saying they're getting let go because they don't fit. They don't fit his scheme. They don't fit his measurables. Well, sometimes it don't matter about the height, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes a dude can be a dog. It doesn't just because he's not 6'3" or 6'4" or 6'2" doesn't mean you let a motherfucker go. Like Jacorian Bennett really has some potential in him. Like look at Dante Thorne. Dante Thorne is 6'5", bro. You know what I mean? And look what, like, I'm not saying he's trash, but that Dante Thornton still got a bunch of shit he needs to work on. Dante Thornton still got a lot of shit he got to prove. Don't get me wrong, he made a couple good catches in preseason, but as far as just trying to go in there and lean on a guy like that, bro, like it's not gonna happen, dog. R-Dub said going to be top 5 pick to make draft in the first round quarterback worth it. Yeah, nah, dead ass. And that's what I'm saying. We have not grabbed a quarterback in the first round, dude, since Jamarcus Russell. Night Owl said today, you're almost drafting podcasters nowadays. That's funny. Fuentes said, yeah, Adam showed he was a true diva. That was the most disappointing shit for me. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. When you get guys like Jacoby Myers, like I said, dude, he's humble, man. He's mature. He's not out there causing a bunch of problems. He just wants to get paid. And he's put the work in to get paid. And for this organization they should have paid him a long time ago, man. Because the more these guys are getting paid, the more their shit. Like, look at the Max Crosby thing. We signed Max Crosby at a great time. Not saying he's Garrett Wilson or anything like that. But look what Garrett Wilson got. We signed Max Crosby's contract, I think, a week or two before that. And we got him for a really good price. So that's what I'm saying. And it's smart to do that because the more you see these other wide receivers start getting their shit bumped up. Oh, this dude's getting 25. Oh, this dude's getting 30. This guy's getting 28. You know what I mean? If you could get a guy for a dub real quick that's doing his thing out there, it's smart, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I don't see why we're holding out on this wide receiver. I don't see why we're having this guy stressed on our team, dog. Like, it's not the move. Bones said we have some right bad luck with big names like Wilkins, for example. Yeah, no doubt. That's the Raider thing right there. East Coast, what's good, my dog? Appreciate you tapping in, big boy. Really appreciate it, big dog. My boy right there. Everyone check him out, man. He dropping some hot shit. I know he got a couple interviews out with a couple of players, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know where exactly they're from, but everyone check ECG out, bro. My boy got them takes. Them hot takes for you. His hot takes go like hot cakes, you know what I mean? Bones said facts, we can't rush for the sake of winning now. It takes time. Yeah, it takes time. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, if we can get a quarterback in, because, like I said, Geno Smith's up there in age. He's not guaranteed to play that long. You know what I mean? All it takes is one bad hit, one bad injury, and he's pretty much done, bro. I mean, like, look what's going on with Tua. All it takes is for Tua to get hit one bad time, and he's probably out for life. Look what happened with Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck suffered a bunch of injuries. I'm not saying Geno Smith hasn't suffered a lot, but when you get up there in age, man, your body don't work the same. Flight Boy, what's cracking, my dog? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Hey, we got 11 in the building, man. Let's get them likes up real quick. Appreciate you guys. My boy R-Dub with another one. Raiders and Browns are trying to do the same thing, in my opinion. The objective is Super Bowl. These high-dollar quarterbacks cripple teams. You have to build a squad and place the stud quarterback on rookie deal to win. Yeah. You got to go in there and build, man. You know what I mean? We can't go in there taking shots in the dark. My dog Bones, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight, man. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys like what you hear, man, like what you see, drop a sub. We do got a giveaway going on, 500 subs. I'm giving out 2 hats, man, to 2 of you guys. Night Owl said Gen Z monetizes their talent. They will give you prime time if you pay them. And that's really the fucked up part, you know what I mean? Is a lot of these guys will go in here nowadays and pretty much just go in there for the bag. And that's my biggest thing on Amari Cooper is, Amari Cooper obviously has a ton of money, right? The dude's been in the league for 11 years, 12, whatever it is. So obviously he's not really too worried about the money. The dude obviously has money. Amari Cooper's got paid. He has all the money in the world he could think of right now. So for him to come back to the Raiders, especially a team that kind of let him down, a team he didn't agree with when he was here, it shows a little more than just a paycheck. It shows that he wants to win, bro. You know what I mean? Like I said, Amari Cooper came out of Alabama, bro. He had a ton of success. He's only been, I think Amari Cooper's only been to 2 playoff games, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know what I mean? A guy like that, bro, wants to go in there and win. Like, that's At this point, like I said, he got all the money. His main goal now is to go in there and win. And that's I know it's fuck Devontae Adams, guys, but that was the big thing about Devontae Adams. We're getting these guys in here who have potential, and they want to win, and they're not gonna stay on a shitty team, dog. Like no one wants to lose constantly. Like it's just a I know Raiders till they die, right? But if we keep losing like this, do you guys honestly think Max Crosby's gonna want to stay on this team? If we keep losing this bad, do you think Brock Bowers is gonna want to stay on this team? If we keep losing like this, dog, and going through all these head coaches and fucking running through grip of players left and right, like, do you think Ashton Jeanty and all these guys are really going to want to stay on a team like this? No one. Like, look at Josh Jacobs. This team was all fucked up, bro. And Josh Jacobs was like, dude, I want out. I feel it. Devontae Adams, I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. I hate him. You know what I mean? I had love for him. I'm a Fresno guy, man. Shout out for my Fresno State Bulldogs out there doing their thing. Kansas State crushed us. But man, like I have a lot of love for Derek Carr. I had a lot of love for Devontae Adams until all that bullshit. But a guy like him who has potential, you know what I mean? They don't want to sit on a team and lose like this, bro. So I see why like we can't keep letting this shit go on. My dog Bones said, yeah, I'd like to see Jacoby and Cooper start with Bowers at tight end. Yeah, I think they have I believe yeah, Cooper's starting, bro. I don't see Jack Bech going out there and being, and this is the fucked up part, guys. We went and took Jack Bech in the second round. Like, dude, there was so many. I'm not like, I love the dude, man. Great backstory. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, his brother. All that shit, bro. Great. Like, I dig it. But like, we went and got him round 2, and look what we got out of him. You know what I mean? Dante Thorne is 6'5". He's supposed to be top dog. Like, look what we got out of him. I'm not saying these guys don't have the potential. It's just they haven't produced shit for us so far. My boy Fanbow said, who was the last quarterback we had on the roster that stayed available? You talking about, like, what do you mean? Derek Carr, bro. East Coast Gridiron said he just dropped the documentary. Yeah, that's right. I knew it was something going on, man. I seen your shit over there. Fuentes said Tua and luck had to do with back concussions, though. That's all it takes, though, bro. All it takes is one hit, man, and you're gone. Charles Woodson, big dog right there. R-Dub said QB has to be on rookie deal or you start to lose guys like Crosby, Garrett, and Micah. That's what I'm saying, R-Dub. There's going to be guys. That's what I'm saying. If we keep going the route we're going and losing the way we're losing, dog, I don't see Max Crosby wanting to stay here and lose. Especially, like I said, guys with talent are not going to settle. They're not going to settle for less, bro, knowing what they got. Like Max Crosby, I guarantee, dude, that dude wants to win because he knows he got it in him. Brock Bowers wants to win. He knows he got it in him. Ashton Jeanty, he's going to be one of them guys who want to win, dude. And if this coaching staff, we can't get it together, dude, we're going to be losing players left and right. Left and right. Just like we lost, no one likes him. We lost Adams, and we lost Josh Jacobs, man. My boy Flightboy, man, take care, bro. Have a good one. Appreciate you tapping in, big dog. Really appreciate it. G-Fam, my boy. Ready for that fantasy, man. Appreciate you, man. Fuentes said, nah, Josh left because we didn't want to sign him back. Josh Jacobs wanted to stay regardless how bad we sucked and was willing to get less money. I mean, I could dig it, but it's like at the end of the day, bro, motherfuckers want to win. Like, look how much success he's having now in Green Bay. Like, dude, he's probably like, dude, I'm so fucking glad I left. Like, there was nothing going on here. You know what I mean? Not at all. Bones said if Jacoby goes, Cooper wide receiver 1. That's what I'm saying, Bones. That's the crazy part. If Jacoby Myers bounces, dude, it's gonna be a wrap. We're gonna go in there and depend on Trey Tucker to be wide receiver 1. We're gonna go in there and depend on a rookie who hasn't really shown us anything in these preseason games to lead us. It's not gonna work out. It is not gonna work out. That's why we need to go in there and pay Jacoby Myers. AP drop balls on Jacobs. Geo Mex in the building. What's cracking, my dog? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. For real, for real. Bone said he only wanted a bit money. You talk about Jacoby Myers? I don't even think Jacoby Myers is asking for that much, bro. But I heard they were going to be beastly chew. I heard they were straight fire. The wide receiver, you talking about ECG? You talking about the wide receivers? That's the thing, bro. That's the thing. We're not guaranteed any draft, like even Ashton Genty is not guaranteed to go in there and do what, you know what I mean, do what he's gonna do. We cannot never depend on any rookie coming in here on a draft pick. Like I said, that's what the draft is, bro. You either snooze or you lose. You know what I mean? You either crack it or you don't get it. It is what it is, man. But fuck, what can we do? We just got to go in there and roll with the guys we got. I'm not saying these guys are bad. I'm not saying they're superstars. Obviously, Dante Thornton has the potential to do something. Obviously, Jack Besh is a super physical wide receiver. But it's just getting them the ball, man, and seeing what they can really do. Fuente said, I get it, but him sitting in the car for hours, I don't know. That shows he wanted to be there. Yeah, that's a whole fucked up situation, bro. Nah, Jacobs. Yeah, AP went too. Yeah. Bone said letting the leading rusher leave. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like if we cannot develop a winning culture here, bro, it's gonna be hard to keep good players. It's gonna be really hard. Because honestly, guys, think about it. What good player wants to lose, man? Like, what guy in his right mind that is a fucking top dog in this league is gonna want to stay on a losing team? And if they do, it's either because they really love the team or the bags just like look at Garrett Wilson, bro. I guarantee you, if anyone would have offered Garrett Wilson that kind of money, dog, he would have been the fuck out of Cleveland, honestly. And that's my honest opinion. Night Owl said Jacoby Myers should get a 23 mil on a 2-year deal. Let's fucking go. I was at least saying, give the dude a 20 ball, right? At least give the motherfucker 20 mil. I mean, dude, he's went in there and showed he's arguably right now, he's our best. He is our best wide receiver on the team. So you can't go in there and pay this guy, but you fucking paid, what Amari Cooper get? 7 mil on a 1-year deal with some incentives, potentially able to earn, what, 10 mil? Like, come on, man. Make it make sense, man. East Coast Grinner said, yeah, bro, Kyle Williams has been better. Noel Williams has been better than Darian Porter. It's crazy you guys passed up on them, and Jalen Royal was balling for the Chiefs, 4th rounder. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you really go back and look at it, there's a whole lot of potential out there. But I agree, East Coast. I totally agree, man. I mean, like I said, I had high hopes for these guys. I had high hopes for Dante. I still do, you know what I mean? Like I said, that last game, he showed that he could catch. It's just, dude, we got to get him that ball, you know what I mean? But they're rookies, man. They got to work. But that's no excuse, you know what I mean? That's no excuse. And if we have to go in there and depend on these guys, it's not going to be nice. My dog Roasttown, man, what's cracking? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. He said Josh really loved the Raiders then. Josh Jacobs, yeah. Yeah, he was a Raider, bro. Like, he had it in his heart. It just didn't work out with him. Vegas can't be the money capital of the NFL. Come on. Hey, it is what it is, man. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it ain't. Fanbow, he said if we keep Josh Jacobs, we would have not had to pick Genty. We could have, yeah. Not only that, but I mean, like, we could have added in all kind of other areas, and that was my biggest point too. Was imagine if we would have kept Josh Jacobs, we wouldn't be forced in the 1st round to get a running back. We could have easily took Travion Henderson in the 2nd round. You could have took all these other guys in the 2nd, 3rd round, which have potential. I mean, dude, that Patriots team it's not going to be a cakewalk, dog. I'm telling you, everyone thinks, oh, Patriots, yeah, it's going to be easy to. But they got some. They're building up a team over there. I'm telling you guys. Night Owl said on that catch, Dante's feet weren't set like a pro though. Yeah, he still got. Like I said, Night Owl. These guys still got a whole lot to learn, and that's what I'm saying is. The whole argument, right, is Jacoby Myers paying the dude. Because if we can't, if we have to go in there and depend on these guys. It sucks when you got to go in there and depend on a rookie, especially if they didn't have really the best year, if they didn't really have the most explosive college career. You know what I mean? Which Dante Thornton and these guys really didn't have the biggest splash out there like that. They showed they have some attributes to them. You know what I mean? They showed that they could do some things. Dante Thornton, really, I mean, the dude's tall. I mean, that's what they wanted him for. But it's like you can be tall and suck. You could be short and be good. So you can't really base someone's NFL ball experience just because the dude's 6'5" and he runs a fucking 4.4, 4.3, whatever it was. I predicted 85 yards for Dante. East Coast Grinner said Dante sucks. Rosetown, yeah. Spillane for surely ready for us. He sure is, bro. Yeah, that was my biggest thing too, East Coast. I mean, I know we took him a little later in the draft, but yeah, I mean, like I said, the size is great, the speed is great, but we got it. Like I said, he looked a little physical in that last game against Arizona, but we really got to get in there, bro, and see what this guy's made of. We got to get him the ball, get the ball in his hands, see what he could do. But that was the thing. I mean, I've seen a couple passes. I know Gino overthrew him on a couple of them, but there was one of them he could at least went up there and grabbed it, bro. And especially one-on-one, you're going to have to get physical. One-on-one, bro, you have to get physical. And if we're going to throw him downfield the way we're doing, the way practice is going, the way everything's looking, it's looking like he's going to be our deep threat. So if you're going to be our deep threat, you're going to have to be a physical guy. And, like, he's kind of small. Not, like, I'm not saying 6'5" is small, but his weight, dude, his arms, he's not. Like, look at DK Metcalf. Look at all these other, look at Megatron. You know what I mean? Like, those are big receivers. Bones said the Pats are going to be coming for us. That McDaniels, yeah, Josh McDaniels wants the vengeance, bro. Josh McDaniels wants to show us, like, hey, fuck you guys, you know what I mean? Rosetown Native says, should I rather bring back Renfro over Dante and Besh? Hey, third and Renfro, bro. And that was another guy I was kind of upset to see get let go. I mean, I know, like I say, he's not really the biggest guy or anything, but Renfro could catch. I don't know what's going on with him now over there in Carolina. I know he got cut. So we'll see what happens with that. Night Owl said the Patriots look crispy. Fuck them, but it's going to be nasty work. Yeah, the Patriots definitely got something going on over there. That's not going to, everyone thinks we're going to go in there and spank that ass. I hope we do. But honestly, man, that running game is going to be nasty. The defense, they're building that defense up. Drake May's on the I believe his second year, so we'll see how that works out, just like with Bo Nix. It's not going to be easy, man. And not only that, but that team and that offense is really going to be playing to get that dub against the Raiders for McDaniels. Not only that, but Spillane and all the other guys are over there. I think Marcus Epps over there. So it's going to be a hell of a game, bro, honestly. The Patriots, yeah. East Coast Grand Star, it was damn near Arizona's third stringers out there. And that's what scares me. That is what scares me. East Coast is, we got, yeah, they're out there playing against the seconds and thirds, and it's like, and then they're saying it's all vanilla play call, like my dog Coach Gravy was saying earlier. Well, if it's all vanilla, then why ain't you playing like vanilla? Why if it's so cliche, man, why is it not easy for you guys? If it's so vanilla, why are we not producing anything? You know what I mean? It just shows, bro. Like, these guys really still got to go in there and work. And like Dante Thornton really didn't have the best college career. Jack Best really didn't have the best college career. You know what I mean? Like Savion Williams, bro. Savion Williams would have. I don't know. I mean, fuck, he's pretty good too. So it's just, we got to see how they pan out. I'm not cutting the dudes out too early. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that these dudes are like completely shit. They definitely have some potential. Like I said, man, Dante Thornton has the measurables, bro. If he could get up there and get physical and get open, he'd be all right. You know what I mean? Jack Best, he's physical, man. If we could get him the ball on the inside, you got to put him in the right position, man. You got to play him the right way. We can't be playing guys out of their position, out of what they're used to. You know what I mean? We got to get in there and put them where they fit. East Coast Gridiron said, outside of you, dog, some of your fan base owes me some apologies, bro. Cart before the horse mentality. Yeah. Nah, I mean, you know how it is, East Coast. You know what I mean? That goes for every team fan base. You can't get stuck on the players, man. You know what I mean? You can't get too attached to the team, bro. You can't get too attached to who we have here. And just like I said this earlier, East Coast, I don't know if you're in here, man, but we can't go in here. I've heard guys say we're getting 10 wins, 11 wins, 12 wins, 13 wins. It's like, God damn, like, just because we have a coach in Pete Carroll, just because we have an offensive coordinator in Chip Kelly, just because we potentially have one of the best running backs potentially coming to be in the league, and a decent quarterback, I mean, dude, we're not guaranteed nothing. You know what I mean? We're not, just because we have gained all these people and gained all these coaches and let all these guys go and let these guys walk and all this extra shit, we're not guaranteed a damn thing at all. Thor reminds me of Darius Moore. He'll have an impact, but he ain't a number 2 or number 3. Maybe bring him in once Gino wears down on defense, then let the field be open for Thornton. Geomex, hey, that's a really good take, bro. That's a really good take. East Coast said J.P. Richardson was the best receiver on TCU. Yeah, I thought Savion Williams was all right, too, though. Rosetown, hey, yeah, I had us, okay, so I'll tell you guys this. I had us at before everything transpired, before off season and preseason and all this shit we've been going through, I had us at 9 wins. But now I'm kind of I don't know, man. I'm down there at the 6-7 mark right now. You know what I mean? I'm not. I hope we do better, man. I really do. It's just, dude. It's like I said. It's a new regime. Everyone's new, man. Like we got a bunch of new people in the building. Shit don't click overnight, man. So it might take a little time, guys. We just gotta bear with it. I mean, hey, we've been going through a lot sucky years for how long, guys? I mean, you know what I mean? Hopefully they get it together. Maybe next year, year after that, 2 years down the road, if this team is still progressing and adding pieces and you know what I mean, and we're doing what we need to do, then definitely I see this team going to the playoffs. Like, why not? With a coaching staff that what we got, bro. I mean, come on, man. Night Owl said that's good. You waited, bro. East Coast Grand Shot. There we go. Rose Town. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, bro. Always been like that. Never thought we would get 10+ wins. It's a Pete first year, and we got a long way to go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's Pete's first year, bro. It's the first fucking year. Whole new team, first year, dog. It's a work, man. It's work, bro. It's not just gonna go in there and be Care Bears and Rainbows just because we got Geno Smith and Ashton Genty and you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong. Like we got good players on the team in some positions, but as far as like I said, depending on that wide receiver room, if Jacoby Myers bounces, it's gonna be ugly for us. Especially if we got to go in there and depend on Dante Thornton and Jack Besh. I mean, it's not gonna be great. And obviously, once Jacoby leaves, who are they scheming up against? You think they're going to really scheme up against Jack Besh and Dante Thornton, but they're going to be scheming up against Ashton Genty and fucking Brock Bowers. And once they take that from us, hey, it's going to be ugly, honestly. I818, man, what's good, man? Welcome to the stream, bro. If you're new, man, hit that like button. Really appreciate everybody's happening tonight. If you guys like what you hear, man, like what you see, hit that sub button. We do got a giveaway coming out at 500 subs. We are a little over halfway there. So I really appreciate everybody coming in here rocking with me and showing love. You know what I mean? It goes a long way for me. I just come on here and try to be truthful, man. I don't try to come on here and sugarcoat shit. I don't try to be the Care Bear and Rainbow guy, and I definitely don't try to be the Debbie Downer, man. I just call a duck, you know what I mean? If the motherfucker's quacking, it's probably a duck. If you're at the barbershop, you're probably getting a haircut, right? So you got to call it how you see it, man. Don't get me wrong. I hope the Raiders go in there and do a lot this year. I hope we at least look a whole lot better. But for me, honestly, to come on here and tell you guys, hey, guys, we're going to go to the playoffs this year, and we're going to do a lot of big things, and I'd be lying to you guys, you know what I mean? I'd be lying out my ass to you guys, and I don't want to come out here and do that. I try to come out here and be truthful. Like I said, we look a whole lot better than what we were these last years to come. We finally have a great head coach. You know what I mean? We finally have a decent quarterback, just like we had in Derek Carr. I'm not, like I said, guys, Geno Smith's not the greatest. He's decent, you know what I mean? He could go in there and manage a game. It's just going to come down to this team, man. Come down to his weapons. Going to come down to the offensive line, opening up holes. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Fuentes said, I do like what I see. Yeah, no, it looks better, bro. Honestly, Fuentes, the team looks a whole lot better. It's going to take a little time, man. My boy Geo Max, man, keeping it faked. He said 12-5, baby. Believe it. Night Owl said 9-8 is realistic for me on record. Night Owl, that was my actual record prediction before everything's been going on. You know what I mean? Like I said, we've lost guys like Christian Wilkins. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of to the 6 to 8, man. So I got 6 at the basement and 8 at the ceiling. I dropped down a couple games, guys. East Coast Gridiron said people don't realize Pete was forced out of the coaching job. Last year was passed up by all teams that needed a head coach and couldn't find a D coordinator because his scheme doesn't work anymore. That's another thing, bro. It's a new generation, bro. It's a new era. You know what I mean? Shit is changing. Like, look at the quarterbacks. All the great quarterbacks now that are really winning and really doing shit nowadays are able to run. You know what I mean? Like, bro, Aiden O'Connell can't. Like, that's why Cam Miller was better than Aiden O'Connell, because Aiden O'Connell can't run. And if you can't run nowadays, how good are you really going to be? You know what I mean? Look at Patrick Mahomes. The dude could get out the pocket and move around. Not saying he's the fastest whatsoever, but you got to get out there and get shifty, bro. Look at Lamar Jackson. Motherfucker could run like a running back, and he could throw. You know what I mean? That's why they're so good. Look at Josh Allen, bro. Josh Allen could run. Like, when you... Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud, Like when you really sit here and look at all these quarterbacks that are going to be the greats here to come, or that are at least doing good as of now, are pretty much all move like Night Owl said, or who said that shit? East Coast. It don't work no more, right? It's a different era, bro. It's a different time. It's a different age. Just like the quarterbacks with it. It's not the old Joe Montana. It's not the old Brett Favre. You know what I mean? It's not the old fucking any of that. It's a different time. It's not the old what's homeboy on the Chargers name? Philip Rivers. You know what I mean? It's not that time anymore, bro. Shit has changed, dog. Gen Z out here, bro. There's Gen Z out here, like my dog Night Owl said. Gen Z in the building. East Coast Gridiron said it's just weird why people have so much faith in Pete. Other than the mentality change, Pete is probably washed. So I'll tell you what, East Coast. The reason why, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I have faith in Pete Carroll, and the reason why a lot of people do have faith in Pete Carroll is just based on what he's done throughout his whole career. You know what I mean? The dude has really done nothing but win. I mean, I know obviously he has some losing seasons, but he's honestly, dude, been one of the best head coaches we've had in quite some time. You know what I mean? That's why people have so much faith in him. Just like how people have so much faith in Geno Smith. And I know it sucks that we have all these high hopes for everyone we're bringing in, but it's like we're bringing in people that were better than what we had. You know what I mean? So I could dig that, and I could see why the Raider Nation and why everyone has a lot of faith in Pete Carroll just based on what he's done. You know what I mean? The Super Bowls he's been to. I know one of them was a little raunchy on his end on the play call. But and overall, man, like he's honestly been the best head coach we've had, dogs, in a long time. So I could definitely see why Raider Nation and why a lot of Sports Center and ESPN and all these guys are pretty hyped about him. But we got to see what he does. You know what I mean? If he comes in here as a flop, then hey, we might see the end of Pete Carroll. And this is the thing. And if he does come in here and do good, how long is he going to coach for? You know what I mean? Like, we're going to have to switch another head coach again. You know what I mean? And that's my biggest thing is, like, stability, man. We can't keep having to go through these guys. You know what I mean? Quarterback, how long is Geno Smith really going to be a starter for this team for? He's up there in age, man. You know what I mean? Like, we got to go in there and find us a quarterback that we can really work on in these years and build him up. So when Geno Smith, and hopefully he does decent and he stays on this team like Derek Carr did, you know what I mean, led us to some things. By the time he's done, we got that rookie already built up there, 3 years, 2 years, and he's already ready to go. You know what I mean? And that's our biggest downfall, guys. Is we're never getting quarterbacks or players in here that we're really developing. East Coast said 12 personnel spread and destroys cover 3. P is a cover 3 guy. Defense needs to be fast, not big or tall. That's why linebackers are small and fast now. I can see that. GeoMex said the O-line takes time to build chemistry, so I'm glad all 5 starters are returning together, just different roles. They will be a surprise. Yeah, GeoMex, I saw a lot of great things. Like I said, it's preseason, but I did definitely see a lot of improvements in the Raiders' offensive line. You know what I mean? They did look a whole lot more physical. I seen holes for Zamir. Like, White thinks Zamir White looked a little better. Offensive line got a little better. And not only that, but like I said, guys, it might just be preseason. We'll see what happens when, you know what I mean, when shit really hits the fan. East Coast Gridiron said, but that's like saying Trent Dilfer can come back and quarterback because he won a Super Bowl. History doesn't mean anything when the game has changed. I get it. He is the best coach you've had for sure. Yeah, no doubt. That's what I'm saying. He's been the best head coach for a while. And not only that, man, but East Coast, you know what I mean? We do base judgment on a lot of, like, just like players, man. We look at track records. I mean, Amari Cooper, you know what I mean? I looked at his track record and hasn't really been the best, but like I said, dude has 6, maybe 7 years of over 1,000 yards receiving. You know what I mean? Which, honestly, no one could really just go in there and do that. So that's why, like, I don't know. When I see a guy, he has a great track, just like when you're hiring somebody for a job. The motherfucker has the experience, you know what I mean? And you're making calls, and you're like, hey, is this dude good? They're like, yeah, he's good. All right, well, let's give him a shot. You know what I mean? Let's see what he's really about. So that's the thing. We got to see what Pete Carroll can really do for his team. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people said, too, when we first signed him, hey, the dude's up there in age. Like, how long is he really going to be able to coach for? You know what I mean? How much different, like, look at all these new coaches coming out. Sean McVay, all these guys, you know what I mean? Dude on the Dolphins. Like, these are different coaches, bro. Like, they're not the old school play style. And I think that's why Shanahan on the Niners has been struggling for a little while, because he's kind of stuck in his old ways. You know what I mean? He's stuck in that old school West Coast, and times have changed, bro. I completely agree. Completely agree with you guys. But yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here, man. Really appreciate everybody coming here, rocking with me tonight. 8 in the building. If you guys can, hit that like button on the way out, guys. I will be live, I believe, this weekend. I do have to move into the new spot this weekend, guys, so setup might be a little different. So bear with me on that. Got a new spot, a little bigger spot. So yeah, I really appreciate everybody that's bearing with me, man. You know what I mean? Rocking with me, bro. Really appreciate it. Like I said, guys, I'm not the biggest content creator or Raider content creator out there. There's tons of motherfuckers you guys can watch. You know what I mean? So when I get guys in here like East Coast, you know what I mean? All these guys, Night Owl, Fuentes, Rosetown, all these dudes in here, really appreciate you guys coming here and rocking with me, especially all the newcomers, man. It means a lot when I get a lot of new people in here that continuously come back. I know they're not in here tonight, but Ziggy Phoenix, Al Nomad, my boy Cap, Flight Boy's a new one. Really appreciate it, man. I'm just, you know what I mean, trying to grow the channel day by day. It's been going good so far, man. I really appreciate everybody coming in here and rocking with me. I do try to drop at least 1 to 2 videos a week, and I do go live 1 to 2 times a week. I do got a Cover 3 show with my guys every Tuesday, and I at least try to go live once a week on the weekends. So I mean, stay tuned, man. If you guys like what you see, drop a sub. You know what I mean? Appreciate everyone rocking with me tonight. Hit that like button. Like I said, guys, giveaway 500 subs. We're giving out 2 hats, man. 2 hats to 2 you guys. Really appreciate you guys, man. Go Raiders.